Hello everyone, Kieran Hayes here, and I'm here today to talk to you about something that has completely blown me away. And for the sake of transparency, I should say we're going to be talking about Topaz Labs Gigapixel AI today. And Topaz Labs sent me out the software free of charge last week. Now, they're having no input on what I say here, and this is my honest review. So let's get into it and see why I think this is one really cool bit of software. And oh, by the way, I'm going to be editing a few photographs that I have not edited as of yet. So we're going to be doing it live, and we're going to see how it goes. I just hope you can really see the benefits of this, because I have a number of photographs that I just really like to include increased resolution on, if I could even say it. So I'm truly really excited about this. So yeah, let's get into it and see how it goes. So on Gigapixel AI, you can use it a number of different ways. You can use it as a plugin, or you can use it as a standalone software, which is what I'm using it for right now. So basically speak, you can drag and drop the folders in or browse for them. So I have a folder set up here. I am going to just drop these into situ. So there's a few different images here now. There's a few I'm really excited about because, like, Galley Head now, this photograph, if I drag and drop this in here now, and if I pick a Sheep's Cove, and if I pick Dunmore there now, and yeah, we'll try the Wild Horse shot there too as well. So a lot of these photographs would be drone photographs and whatnot, so they wouldn't be great resolution wise. So yeah, let's I suppose the first thing you'll notice is you'll actually see the actual original pixel count, or the size of the images here, just down below in the bottom left hand corner. So let's say my Galley Head photograph, if I zoom out a small bit, because that's just crazily cropped in along. So that is 4 by zoom, so or 4 by magnification. Now this is the before and this is the preview. I have not got auto update preview on, so it's only going to update when I click on the button. So this is what it actually looks like right now. Now, firstly, I should say to you that if I update this photograph there now, let's say if I use Gigapixel AI in this photograph, it's going to bring it to 15,680 pixels by 10,452 pixels, which I don't need because it's 4 times magnification. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on 2, because 2 is more than sufficient, because that's going to bring it up over 35 megapixels, which is loads. So the original file was only just about 10 megapixels, I presume, 3920 by 2613. It was shot in my drone a good few years ago. It was a Phantom 3 Pro. So, and as you can see, it is a bit fluffy. It's a bit soft, and it's missing a bit of detail. We're zoomed in quite a bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the standard settings for now, maybe. Yeah. Or will I pop over to, because there's a few different settings here for different types of photographs. You can vary compressed, low resolution, art and CG, lines, and standard. I suppose for me personally, I'm varying, just right as of now, I'm varying between using standard and low resolution. So for this, I'm going to use standard, and we're just going to click on update. So it's loading the AI model. Now it's processing the image, and people say, oh my God, you know, it might take 3 or 4 minutes to process your image. You have to think, whoa, you have to, Jesus, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, just looking at the overall outline of the building, how sharp it is, even the pole, look at the pole, the vertical pole there, how much sharper that is. The wall is really cool. Wow, even the black sections on the wall, look at that. That's really good. That's really good now. And there are a number of other settings here too as well. Now you can suppress noise, you can remove blur, things like that. So you can mess around with all those, or you can leave them on auto. I suppose what I found is suppressing noise. If I click on that there now, just let that process there now again, you can get a very clean, very digital image by popping up the suppressed noise, the same as you would in Lightroom and whatnot. So I generally tend to keep it down a small little bit, but it could, for me personally, what I found over the last few images I've used, it's anywhere from about sort of 25 to about 50 is what I'm normally finding, but it depends. Each image is slightly different. So if I pop that on along now again, yeah. So you can see this is the preview of the finished image, and that's the original. So if you start looking at things like the outline of the rocks here now, the wall, the lighthouse itself, even the house behind the lighthouse, the pole, God, even the background, you know, there's a good difference. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom out a small bit. And if I click on update there now again, and again, this is going to take a small bit of time because it's changing your entire image. So people complain about the fact that these things take 30 seconds or a minute. Just think how this is going to revolutionize your photography is what I'd say to people. And calm down, relax. So let's see, it's about 75%. Yeah, should be there now in another couple of seconds. And let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that is completely different. Look at all the detail in the rocks. Look at the difference between here and here. That's mind-blowing, that is. That's really good now, I have to say. That is that's really, really cool, because I know I did try printing this off an A3, and being honest, I wasn't quite happy with how it came out. Now I'm thinking this could probably actually go to A2. Wow, you know, genuinely, wow. I'm going, wow, this is really exciting. And this is a Saturday and I'm sitting down on my computer kind of going, Jesus, I have a lot of old drone photographs I can use this on, because they were low resolution files, and there's a lot of them I want to print. Now I have tried a few of them during the week, and I've equally said, Jesus, this is really good. And oh, the other thing, I'll put a link down below in the description that you can actually try Gigapixel AI for free. So there is, if you click on that, it'll take you to free download, and you can try it out, you can mess around with it and whatnot and see for yourself. But yeah, that is really impressive. So out of curiosity, we are going to go to, we'll try Dunmore, because again, that is another drone photograph, and that is only just over 6 megapixels. It's 3151 by 2101. So if I click on that, and again, that's a preview, we're going to find Dunmore. There's the Dunmore house itself, and maybe if we go by 2 by, so that is going to bring it to 6000 by 4000. So that's just over 24 megapixels. So if I click on update, what's it on? It's on standard there now again. So if I click on update, give it a couple of seconds, and that is going to start running through, and we should come up there now fairly soon. Yeah. Again, even look at the trees. Look at the trees behind that building. Look at the trees here. Look at the building. Look at the building here. Look at the cars. Yeah. And if I zoom in here a bit, we just go over here now, so we can see the building itself. We can see the houses here. We can see the trees, the golf course, the telegraph pole. I'm looking at all the small details. So if I just click on update here now again, and again, we give it a couple of seconds, and boom. The difference in that is staggering. That is, so again, that is converting from a 6 megapixel file up to a 24 megapixel file. So, you know, it's not going to be perfect. You know, people say, oh my God, I can see digital artifacts and whatnot. You're kind of going, of course you can. It's not going to be the same thing as actually going out and shooting that with a 24 megapixel camera. But dear God, it has gone from being, and if I just click on update there now again, just to show you what that'll look like when I'm zoomed in. So you're going from this to this. So you can see some digital artifacts around here and whatnot, because it's computer, I suppose, it's artificial intelligence. So it is making up what it thinks it's going to look like. But look at the trees here in the background. Look at that pole. Look at the trees. Look at the buildings. You know, that is making a massive difference. And again, when I pull back out along again and just click on update, we'll see what that looks like. And nearly there. Yeah, that's making a massive difference. Absolutely massive difference. So the other one, and this is a one, this is I actually tried this during the week, and this really made me smile. So this is the overall image. So your original is over on this side, your preview is here, same as before. If I zoom in, so this file size is 1068 by 1600, right? So I am going to magnify this 4 times. So for the crack, right? So we're on standard still as of yet. If you look at the grass up here and the rock face, and the same on the preview and the original. And just watch this now. This has blown my mind. And when I click on update here now, give it a couple of seconds, it's going to start processing it, and look at that. That's mind-blowing. That is absolutely, look at that. And look at this. When I did this photograph during the week, I was just sitting back in my chair laughing. I genuinely could not believe that what I was seeing. That is just absolutely nuts. Like if I zoom in another bit here now again and click on update, because every time you move it around the place, you have to update it. Now, again, is it perfect? No, it's not. But dear God, look at the difference between, just look at the grass and the rocks between here and here. That has gone from being, you know, what is it? That's not even 2 megapixels resolution-wise, up to over 24 megapixels. And you're thinking, wow, that's cool. That is really cool. Like that's, and again, if I just pull back fully and click on update there now again, and let it process the image, and we just see what happens. So again, when you're zoomed out, the image is sharp enough. You probably won't notice a massive difference between the two of them, but there is a good difference still. Even when you look at the overall resolution and sharpness and whatnot, the image on the right is a lot sharper. It really is. So now, when I got this software, the one photograph I really wanted to try this on was this shot. So it's one of those, you know, you're just traveling along the road and you see this beautiful view, you stop the car, you pull in and you say, oh my God, I'm going to take a shot of this. Now, this was shot on an old Nikon D70, a D70S. Now, that's a 6 megapixel camera. I don't know if anyone knows it now or not, but it's a digital, one of Nikon's first digital SLR cameras. Absolutely cracking camera, but very low resolution. Now, it was shot on a 70 to 300mm lens, so to crop it in, I had to crop it in a bit to get the framing I wanted, because otherwise it was just too wide, and there was another horse just over along here, but I couldn't get any close because the moment was going to be gone. So it was just that sunset. The sun is setting down below here, was lighting up the cloud directly behind the horse. The wind was blowing the horse's tail back. The light was shining through the top of the mane above, and I was thinking, oh my God, I need to capture this. So I fired off the shot, and as I walked up along the field towards the horse got spooked and legged it, which I kind of knew was going to happen anyway. So and the other thing with it too is, if you think about it, as I walked up along the hill, I would have been getting closer. The sun would have been dropping down because of the angle of the hill, and I wouldn't have had this bright cloud behind the horse highlighting the silhouette. So it just wouldn't have worked. I that much kind of figured out in my head. So anyway, so as you can see, that is actually 2498 by 1665 pixels. So that's the original file size. So this is a JPEG copy of the file. I need to find the raw file. I'm going to look for it there now later on and just try it and see. But just out of curiosity, I am going to double the resolution on that. So I'm going to bring that up to, let's say it's going to be roughly about 15, 16 megapixels. So again, this image I have printed on A4, absolutely no problem whatsoever. On A3, it's just not good enough. It just isn't good enough. So this is the moment of truth. Is this going to help? So I'm going to click on update now and see what the story is. Processing, fair enough. And we're nearly there. Wow, look at that. Look at the grass just in front of the horse, which I didn't really like in the original shot, but look how sharp it's after getting here. Look at the detail it's after popping all along here. Even that bit of grass there. You can see how blurred it is here and how sharp it is here. The mane, everything else, yeah, that all looks good. And out of curiosity, I'm just going to mess around here. There's no point going lines. Lines is for architecture and whatnot, and buildings. Art and CG is for text and things like that. Low resolution is for very low resolution files. So I'm going to click on that and I'm going to try it and see, because that would be considered a low resolution file. So let's just see what happens here now. This could be a disaster or it could be really interesting. Wow. That has actually helped an awful lot. Look at the detail that's after popping up here. Look at all that detail that's after popping up, which is all just kind of blurred. And remember now, we're actually zoomed in quite a bit in this. So if I pull back and if I update this, I'm going to see how much of a difference there is in the two. And again, this is going to take a bit of time because it's updating the entire image, and the AI model and whatnot is working away and processing it and trying to bring out the last detail. So yeah, it might take you 2 minutes, but dear God, is that 2 minutes going to be worth it? That is a lot sharper. Jesus, that is a lot sharper, right? That's... wow. Like, I'm looking... the detail. That's really cool. Yeah, that's one I'm going printing today. I'm gonna print that later on today, and I'm gonna see how that works out. But that is... yeah, that's really cool. Now, is it perfect? No, it's not. You know, I can see flaws in that. I really can. But again, you know, you switch off your settings. It's on auto there. Change your settings. Switch off the auto settings. You can suppress noise. You can remove blur. You can change all these settings and see what suits your image the best. Or you can even go on to very compressed, out of curiosity. And if I just zoom in and click on that there now again, it's going to take it a few seconds there now again just to redo the photograph. And we'll see what happens here now. But that might change it there now again. But what I've been finding is every photograph and how the AI model... Jesus, that's really good too as well. That is... wow. That is... Jesus, look at that detail. Where the hell did that come from? Look at that. Ah, that's nuts. That is, do you know, that's bordering on criminal, being honest. Look at that. Look at all that detail. It's not, that's not natural. That just, hold tough now a second, very compressed. I genuinely wasn't expecting that now. I'm looking at this now on a 27-inch monitor and YouTube compression now and everything else. It mightn't look fantastic, but when I'm looking at it here now, I'm going, wow. I'm I'm physically nearly shaking. I'm going, Jesus, that's that photograph. It's one of those moments that I always loved and I always regretted that I didn't have a higher resolution camera for or was closer. And Jesus, that's really good. That's really good. Is it slightly overdoing it? Maybe it is. I'm going to mess around with suppress noise here too as well, because I'm noticing artifacts just around here. I'm really I'm really excited about this. Sorry no. Jesus, yeah. That's... dear God, look at the... like, look at this. Look at this. Do you see that? Do you see that little devil there? He's all blurred here. How in the name of Christ is that happening? So when you look at, like even look at the silhouette of the horse. How blasting sharp. That's blurred. And how sharp it is there. You know, it's... that's mind-blowing, that is. That is absolutely, like, even looking, you know, the more I look at it, the more I'm seeing, but even looking down, here, when you see this section here, and then you look, I had to look for a couple of seconds. Where is it on this side? There it is. Look at there's no detail there. There is nothing. And look at it here. Like, how in the name of God does it do that? That is just, so if I just move out slightly and then move back again, you can see that's what it looks like originally. And if I click on update here now again, because I have auto updating switched off, and we're going to see there now again, it's going to pull that in. And all of a sudden, you're going to see this detail down below here, and detail here, and above here. And that's That's mind-blowing, that is. That is absolutely mind-blowing. Like, look at that. Look at, sorry, I'm going to zoom. How far can we go in? We go all the way in here now. And it's going to look horrific at this stage now because, right, wait there now. I'm going to click on update. This should go quick enough because it's only a small sample. Yeah, but look at the stuff. You can see how it is kind of all these digital artifacts coming through, and it can kind of roughly make out this piece here should look like that, but it doesn't quite know what this is. So it's not, but then again, it's completely blurred here. So it is kind of struggling, but Jesus, look at that. Look at that. Look at that detail there. That is bang on. That is absolutely bang on. And even this fella down below here. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't. This was going to be a bit of a surprise for me. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. Jesus, I'm nearly actually crying here. This is nuts. I'm so glad the camera's looking at me because I'm thinking, wow, that is crazy. That is absolutely, again, I'm going back here and I'm just going to update that once more again. That's nuts, because that is one of those moments I always wished that I had my present day gear for, and that I could capture with a high resolution camera, print it off and put it up on the wall, and love, you know, a nice A2 frame print. And I think that's possible now, and I'm slightly blown away by that. Jesus, I'm gonna have to edit this out because I can't believe that. Genuinely, I didn't try this photograph before now, and I thought it was going to help a bit, but I didn't think it was going to make that much of a difference. So, wow, Gigapixel AI and Topaz Labs, thank you very much for that. That was really not expected. Right. So yeah. So what do I think of Gigapixel AI? I'm not even going to answer that. I'm not going to even waste my time answering that, because if you've listened to this so far, I think you all know that that's me honestly blown away now. I'm genuinely, I'm shocked. I'm lost for words. Yeah, I don't know what else to say to you guys, really. I suppose I thought this was good, and I genuinely thought, no, this was going to be the one that people would say, oh my God, look at that. Look at the job it did there now on the headland, you know? Like, look at the difference between this and this. And I thought, you know, because obviously, but again, just going back to Gaily Head, I'm going to pop that up along there now again. Give it a couple of seconds. And what we're going to do is, it's not going to work on this one now, because that's not a very small file size. So, but we're just trying. So that is standard. I'm just going to try and very compressed, but it's not, again. It shouldn't make a massive difference, because that is not a small file size. And again, people saying, oh my God, it takes a bit of time to process the photographs. And yeah, this is what I've noticed before now. You see, this is why I didn't like the very compressed, because you see how clean all this is here now. And you see how digital, it looks like a digital drawing or something. Now, I know we're zoomed in quite a bit, but it's, no, I know I did find it before on one of the shots. If I got rid of the suppressed noise and just pulled that back a small bit, it's going to add a small bit more noise to the image. But we're just going to see now, because, yeah, that's better. That's actually better. That's actually quite good too as well. Low resolution and standard were the two that I tried in this before, and I thought were actually quite good. But again, there's an awful lot of settings you can change on these, and they're all going to make a big difference. And it is a matter of messing around with it. And people saying, oh my God, yeah, but I don't want to have to do this with every photograph. Well, you shouldn't be doing this with every photograph. You should only be doing this with the photographs that you have a problem or you have an issue with. So, but again, yeah, that just works. That works really well. That is really good. That is, I actually think the very compressed with the reduced noise. And if I suppress the noise down along again, just going to try that once more there now again. So yeah, you can try this yourselves. Again, as I was saying, in the description down below, I have the link to this, to the free trial. So click on that and work away from there. Yeah, actually, very compressed works really well, because look at the detail, the rocks there. That's are on the painted wall. I'm genuinely gonna have to go back and reassess how I've actually been processing the other photographs, because I think what was happening to me was when I would try very compressed, and the auto facility was putting suppressed noise up around the 50 mark, and it was giving you this very clean sort of a digital look to the likes of the rocks here now again. So if I just pop that up quickly there now, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, see how clean and how unnatural that looks. It looks like they're perfectly smooth. It just doesn't look right. Whereas if you bring the suppressed noise down, we'll try about 15 there now. I used to find about 20 worked well. Is that... Did it do it that quickly? Bring it lower and update again. Yeah, that's too far now. Yeah, that's gone too far now. So maybe 10, 12. We just tried it once more there now again. So yeah, everyone, do check out Gigapixel AI, because I've been using Sharpen AI and we've been using Denoise AI. And I have to say, people have asked me about Gigapixel AI and Sharpen AI and whatnot before, and I wasn't very impressed when I got the software before, just being completely honest with you. Yes, it did work and it helped a small bit, but I didn't see a huge advantage. Now I really can. I think the new updates really have changed things considerably. And again, I'm just looking here now. Look at the buildings in the background. Look how soft they are here, and the pole there now again, and the pole here, and how sharp and defined the buildings are. That is, I genuinely, just looking at that now, I would think there should be absolutely no problem in the wide earthly world printing that off as an A2 photograph now, and being able to stand quite close to it and say, yeah, that looks good. So again, that's something I'm going to try. So I was thinking, another thing, what we might do in the next video is, if people want to send me through their photographs, I will edit them for you. So I'm going to put my email address in the description down below. So if you want to send through even a low-res version or whatever else, I'll just edit the photographs. I'll try them across Luminar AI, Lightroom, and I'll use Gigapixel AI too as well, and Sharpen AI, Denoise AI. So if there is something you want edited, please do send it over to me, and I will work away on them then, and we'll see what results we get. God, I'm even looking at the birds down below here. Look at the birds. Look at the birds here, and look at the blurs here. That's nuts, isn't it? That is absolutely, the more I look at that, the more I'm thinking, Jesus, that is, and again, that's very compressed, but it's very compressed with the noise, suppressed noise dropped down. So that really works well. And again, I've been playing with the software for, you know, maybe 2 or 3 hours at a time, on and off over the last week or two. And it genuinely has impressed me. But this has actually impressed me a lot more, because I'm looking at the cliff face here too as well, and how clean and how smooth that is, and that just really works. So yeah, massive thumbs up for Gigapixel AI. Well done, Topaz Labs. Really shocked, amazed, and surprised by that now. I was putting up a good review, obviously, but yeah, that is, in my mind, that's really worth a buy. So yeah. Oh, the other thing is, I'll be giving away a free filter, which is going to be sponsored by Format High Tech. So please do stick around, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, we'll go from there, guys. So see you out there.